welcome back to part 3 of this hip and spinal mobility sequence. We're going to do a little bit of sitting now to mobilize the hips and to mobilize the spine. The first exercise is called Zig Zags, and it's a really lovely hip mobility exercise. What I'd like you to do is to make sure you can easily stretch your legs out in front of you. And we're going to start off with our arms behind us, if this is okay for your wrists. You can have your fingers pointing backwards, sideways, or towards the body. And I want you to feel as though you're again lifting the chest and opening the shoulders. So the spine should be lovely and straight and strong as you move in the legs. The feet, well, in fact the heels are on the mat, but you're going to lift your toes off the mat and then open your knees wide apart. And now see if you can maintain that support from the front. Open the chest and then slide the legs forwards. When they're straight, rotate the thigh bones inwards and then bend your knees to come back, keeping a strong center. Breathe in to open the knees, breathe out to slide. Breathe in to roll in, breathe out, slide back. Now the movement is coming from the hips. The thigh bones rotating inwards and outwards inside the hips. So try not to get too obsessed with where your feet are going or what your feet are doing in this position. We're going to do just one more set with the thigh bones leading on the outward rotation. Now when your knees come in again and they're turned towards one another, keep them rotated in and slide forwards. Rotate them out, slide your heels back in. Rotate in, slide forwards, rotate out, slide back in. So again, maintain that alignment in the spine. Watch you haven't started to collapse through the shoulders. Let's do 3 more sets. When you're finished there, come off the wrists, give them a little shake or a circle if you need to, just to release any tension. And we're going to come into a little side reach next. So for this one, we're going to sit in a long frog position. So the soles of the feet have connected together. The knees are dropping out to the sides. And if you find that it's really difficult to have a straight back in this position, maybe send your feet a little further forwards. Or you may want to sit on a yoga block or something equivalent, something firm, and just so that gives you a little bit of height. What this will do is just release the front of the hips a little bit more. So now our fingertips or hands are going to rest to the sides of the body. Check that they don't go behind you, and then lift your spine, sit up really straight. Take a breath in as the right arm floats up towards the ear. Breathe out as you go over to the left, softening the left elbow. Breathe in there. Breathe out, lift yourself up and rest the arm. Breathe in, left arm comes up. Breathe out, go over to the right. Breathe in there. And breathe out to lift yourself up and back. So we're trying to keep even weight through the pelvis. Watch that as you stretch to the left, the right side of your bum doesn't get lighter or come off the mat. Good. And also check that you're looking straight ahead of you as you do this. So don't be tempted to look down to the floor at the moment. Just keep looking straight in front. The head just gently tilting on top of your spine. This will be our last one before we add on another little variation. It's a side reach with rotation. So we're getting lateral flexion and rotation. The important thing again is to make sure the pelvis doesn't move. Check the legs don't shift. And for this version, we're going to start off again with the right arm coming up, and we go over into a side reach. Now we're going to allow the upper body to rotate. So you look down towards the hand that's on the floor. The upper arm has come slightly forwards of the body. Then you untwist, you look ahead of you, and then you bring yourself back up again. So we breathe in, left arm comes up. Breathe out to side reach. Breathe in to rotate, so you're lengthening through the body. Breathe out as you untwist. Breathe and come all the way back up. Good. So we're breathing in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Getting really nice movement through the spine, feeling that lovely stretch all the way up the flank of the body, around the shoulder blade, the armpit, the waist, the shoulder. We'll do one last set to each side. Remember the heaviness across the pelvis, so the bum staying connected to the mat. Last one over to the right with the left arm lifting. Last rotation to the right. And when you've finished, relax the legs, relax the arms. We're going to do two more sitting exercises. The next one is a spine stretch forward. And I'm going to turn around and show you this from the side. Again, you can sit in long frog position. The easier version is where the hands rest on the front of your knees or your shins, and when your spine sequentially curls forwards, your hands will just slide down the front of your legs and then come back up with your body. So the shoulders just relax and move with, the arms and shoulders move with the spine. A slightly more challenging version, if you want that, is to have straight legs and they're a little wider than your hips. And this time your arms will be out in front of you, parallel to the floor. When you go forwards, the arms stay parallel to the floor. Try not to let them drop down towards your feet or towards the mat. So I'm going to do one demonstration of each version. Think about lengthening through the spine. Imagine the back of your spine and your head are stacked against a wall behind you. You're going to draw the tummy towards your spine. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, nod the chin to the chest. Let your head start to come away from that wall. Then your neck, then your shoulders, then your mid-back, then your lower back. But keep the pelvis glued against that wall. Stretch your spine forwards. The crown of the head is going in front of you. Take a breath in at the bottom and then breathe out. Draw the tummy in again. Roll your spine all the way back up. And find that good sitting posture. Take a breath in, breathe out, and go forwards. Breath in at the bottom and breathe out as you come back up. And I'll do a couple of versions with the straight legs. If you struggle to have a straight back with straight legs, you can soften the knees slightly. And then remember the arms are shoulder width apart, parallel to the mat. Draw the tummy in, nod your chin, and go forwards. Head, neck, shoulders, upper back, mid-back, lower back. Big breath in at the bottom and breathe out, draw yourself back, restacking the spine bone by bone, relaxing the shoulders, lifting the chest. Breath in to prepare the body, breathe out to come forwards. Breath in to hold that stretch, breathe out to come back. If your legs are completely straight, or even if their knees are slightly bent for this version, you will get a really nice hamstring stretch as well as you go forward. So lengthening the whole back line of the body, which is a really nice thing to do. Let's do one last version, one last stretch. When you finish there, come back into long frog position, if that's okay, again for your body. And we're going to finish off sitting with a corkscrew arm exercise. This is really nice just to release and mobilise the shoulders and the upper back. So we're going to maintain really nice sitting posture. So the shoulders are above the hips, the ears above the shoulders, and you're drawing the tummy in to hold and support your body in this position. The hands are going to rest by your sides, a little bit like they did for your side reach. And we're going to take a breath in. As you breathe out, the arms float up, the hands come behind the head. Breathe in, lift your shoulders up to your ears, and breathe out to let them release. Breathe in to widen your shoulders, and then breathe out, reach your arms up, let them come back to your sides. So breathe in to prepare. Breathe out, arms come up, hands behind the head. Breathe in. Lift the shoulders to the ears, feel the back muscles stretch. Breathe out, let them release. Breathe in, open the chest. And breathe out, let the arms come down. We'll do 3 more sets at your own pace. Feeling that lovely movement in the shoulders, front and back of the chest opening. widening, mobilizing. Just be mindful of your good sitting. Check you haven't started to collapse in the lower back, so draw the tummy in, lift your spine. This is your last one. When you finish there, if you need to stretch forward again to offload the spine, feel free to do that. If you want to just simply shake out the legs, release the hips, you can do that as well. And we're going to finish off on your backs in a relaxation position for a little last little breathing exercise to help relax the body. So come and lie down, find a head cushion that supports your head adequately. Gently lower yourself onto your back, onto the mat. You can have your knees bent or the legs straight, whichever is more relaxing for your body. And as I suggested before, if your knees are bent, you could have your feet wide apart and drop your knees in, so they almost hold and support one another. Or you can have your feet connected and your knees can drop out, which is quite a nice stretch for the inner thighs. Wherever your legs are, remember you can change them at any point if you need to. And then think about your lovely spinal position here. So pelvis in a neutral position, hips pubic bone level with one another, and try to encourage the natural curve of the lower back and the curve of the neck. We're going to then place one hand on your tummy and one hand on the breastbone. And just let the hands settle and rest on the body. And then we're going to start off with a breathing exercise where we breathe into the hand that's on your chest. So as you breathe in, the hand that's on your chest will rise, and as you breathe out, it gently falls. Breathing in and breathing out. So with each in-breath, we're filling the lungs, we're filling the chest, and then feeling the chest fall and soften on the out-breath. Let's do one more. Now think about the hand that's on your tummy. So keep the hand on your chest as still as you can. Try to send your breath into your tummy. So we're breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Try not to force your tummy to rise. You don't want to use your muscles for this exercise. This should just be because your lungs are expanding a little bit more fully. The diaphragm is pressing down on your abdominal contents, which is making them rise. So try to be really relaxed as you do this. Let's do one more. And then think about the hand that's on your chest and the hand that's on your tummy, and see if you can make both of them rise at the same time. So we're breathing in and breathing out. So now the breath is much more lateral, much more into the back of the body, much more voluminous and expansive. So really, really full breaths. Completely filling the torso with the breath. And just feeling as you breathe out, the body soften and sink and get heavier on the mat. So one last lovely big breath in and one last breath out. And then you can keep the hands on the body if you want to, or rest both hands on the tummy or the pelvis, or just let your arms rest to your sides. We're going to finish off just with a sense of counting your breaths to help the breath to slow down even more and to help to calm the body. So what I want you to do is to take a breath in for 3 and breathe out for 5. Breathe in for 3. Breathe out for 5. So do this on your own. The important thing is to make the out breath last longer than the in breath. So don't worry if you don't quite reach 5 breaths. Maybe it's 4. Or maybe you can breathe in for 4 and out for 6. It really depends on your lung capacity. But the key is to make sure the out breath lasts longer than the in breath. And the reason I like to teach this exercise is just to help to calm the mind and to calm the body. When we breathe out for longer than we breathe in, this signals to the brain and to the central nervous system that your body isn't under any threat. And it just helps the body to very quickly calm itself and to relax. So let's just do 2 more lovely big counting breaths. Breathing in for 3, out for 5, and as you notice your breath has slowed down, you might feel that deeper sense of relaxation and calmness in your body. Feel free to continue to lie there and to continue to breathe. I'm going to leave you there to carry on relaxing, and I look forward to seeing you on the mat again another time. Take care for now. Bye.